All right, and I also have Bethany here in person.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
My screen is visible?
Yeah, we see your screen.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you for the confirmation. So we'll go for the first configuration and setup, which is required to do the smooth process of the shipping application. So this is the role center for shipping, who can set up the data from one place. Okay, it is a one-time setup. So it is not required to keep this role center for anyone, but for initial you can do that, whoever responsible to set up. Okay. Also, we have bringing the all the setups in one, which is called like assisted setup. You can go over the VLC shipping setup list, or you can search it.
Okay.
So here you will find what are the required tables and setups you need. So we'll go with one by one. Okay. And let me know if you need any clarification on any setup. So first we'll decide from which location we are planned to start our shipping computer. So as earlier we received this location which you are using, right?
Correct.
Yes. So in that we have the come down and we have a VLC smart shipping tab where you have to fill that. We have the three fields, which is the application type first one, which will show you what are the types. So we have the two applications types, like one is a standard and another is advanced. So let me more discuss. So standard means you are planned to pack and ship in one station.
Yes.
And advanced it is used for when you are go for say for the packing station you have different and shipping station different. That time we need to set up the advanced. So for you it is the standard is fine because both is going to same place. Then we have the very good dashboard where you can see the daily information, monthly information like, and for the analysis. So you can make it for that location true. This field will use on the SPD. So you are not using right away for the SPD. So we are leave it blank. When you are going to use a SPD carrier, we'll let you know that.
Okay.
That to require additional setups. Okay. Then you have to set up the country regions. Suppose sometimes if you have to set up like in the pack for international or domestic address. So let's which country you are going to use, that you have to use. For example, Canada, if you are going to use for like UPS or the USPS, you make it true, or any other country which you are going to use. Okay.
Okay.
Then user by locations is useful for multiple shipping users. You can create here.
Okay.
Currently, we have created one. If you need, you can create the users. Where simple employee is not required, as we are not going to use. Shipping agents. What are the carrier you are going to use? So you are going to use, I think, UPS and USPS too. So first, you have to set up the UPS carrier and their related. What are the service providing? That service you have to add here. Okay.
Okay.
Other things I would like to know here. See, how you want to calculate the markup charges. You have to decide whether the percentage or the amount, and what are the percentage. And when you going to ship, so in the sales order, it will create a one line. If you set up like either GL account or resource, what you want, you can set up. So that will create in the lines like for if you have any GL account, so you can set up here. So let's go for the GL account, and if you let me know what are the GL account you are going to use for shipping, that account can be configured here.
Okay, so I think with with all of our web orders that come through from Shopify, the customer has either selected a free ground option or paid for a priority option, which is already going to be on the sales order. So we don't need to do a markup on that. And
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that a sales order would already have the GL line. I can confirm which line it is if you want.
So if you need, if you do not require this one or any account, you can leave it blank. So it will not going to create a charge, but if you set up it, it will create a charge, whatever the cost. If you do not require markup, you can put is a 0.
Okay.
And account you can set up. For now, I have set up. So you can see how it going to in the demo. Okay.
It's GL620100.
It's not, let me, can I change to different one? Do you want?
Yeah, I think change it to 620100.
Shipping to customers, this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Similar for return shipping, but for now leave it. So you can do it for the like similar for USPS as well. We are going to give the training for UPS. Let me close this. And services belongs to what already say UPS account. This account can be set up here. So already we have set up, which we shared earlier. Okay. This is the carrier account information.
Yes.
Similar for USPS. And this one we are going to deal some more. So shipping setup you have to create. The first one is the packing station. What are the packing station you have to choose? And these are the value, like what are the unit of measure regular ship. So here most useful I am going to show you. You have to set up the default shipping charge, which will calculate the shipping application. If this is not, charges will not going to add in the sales order. Okay.
Okay.
And
so
then
Lilia,
again
you
we
want
have
to make
like
this blank, as you said, you're not going to charge anything to the customers. So you want to change this to blank.
Yeah, I guess we should.
Yeah. Dinesh, can you do that? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This is related to if you want to partial order, if you want to ship, then you can make it true. And again, go for return notification if you want. These are the notification related. And posting dates, if you want to when the shipment is going to post, then you make it for auto update. So it will take the work date and make it update that shipment.
So
Perfect.
you want to send the email notifications from the carrier, Lilia, like as we have the notification as marked as true for this, send shipment email.
So yeah, I'm not totally positive yet how that would work because currently the shipment notifications go from Shopify, and if the data tracking number information goes back to Shopify and it goes out from there, that's totally fine. But I guess it would be nice if I don't know, I'm not totally sure which is better.
So like with this notification, whenever you process the shipment in the VLC application, immediately from the carrier, it will send an email to the customers, which is specified on the sales order.
Okay. Yeah, let's keep that for now.
Okay.
Okay.
And you have dimensions for all the packages. You want to make it mandatory to use to enter the dimensions for all the packages.
I think so. Is that's normal?
Yeah, like we have one setup called required dimensions. If it is set as true, So if the shipping user does not enter any length, width, and height, it will give the error to user saying that these fields are missing.
Yeah.
Okay. So make it enable, Vinesh, the required dimensions.
Thank you.
Okay. And we have one more important field is allow quick packing, like which if you do not want to consider the particular items on which package, we can choose this option, allow quick packing. With this, all the packages will be created at a time, and after entering the weight, we need to close one by one.
I don't know on that one.
Okay. Like when we process the shipments, I'll show you in more detail.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead, Binish.
Okay, thank you. Another we have the sales order required field. So when you are going to release the sales order, and if you want to put some mandatory fields, you can also make it enable. Some of the fields which is required in the shipping, so you can use it. Okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
I will show you where you can set up that. So later
Okay.
we'll do it. And these are the some more information, if you want to any use discrepancy, you can also make it. So that one, and another one is rate, how you would like to see the rate, that is useful.
Okay. Yep. We want to see UPS and USPS for sure, and then we'll add FedEx later.
Okay, that's fine. And these are the numbering which we are using for package creation, manifest, BOL, and return shipping, ship rates. So these are the numbers you can set up. Already I have set up it. So
Okay.
later if you required, you can set up. Okay, these are the documents. So let's close the shipping setup and go for the packing station. So packing station is set up because if you can want multiple packing station, you can also create the multiple stations and assign to the users.
Okay.
This is, so in that you have to assign this packing station is for which location. Okay, so I will update it here, this is the station 113 tech. So location is assigned, and I told you earlier, from shipping application you have an option to post the shipment as well. And even if you want to post it as an invoice, you can also make it. Here is the posting option, ship and invoice. Okay.
Yeah, we want it to ship an invoice.
Yeah, so both you can use. So initially you can use for the ship. So shipment will be posted and you can verify shipment. Okay. Later, if you want, you can make the ship and invoice. So directly the order can be shipped and invoiced both.
Yeah, I think we want that initially.
Okay, that's fine. We'll do it for you. Okay, one by one we can show you both packing station. Then the label type and the stocks, how the label going to be print, that is the setup. And we have a shared path because where the labels is temporarily going to create. So this is the label path. And for the, when going to post a shipment, posted shipment document can be also printed if required. Okay.
Okay.
So that will temporarily save the PDF file, and that PDF going to be the printer. And printer can be set up in our next, I will show you where you can set up the printer as well.
Okay.
So can you mark posted documents as well here also, please, Binish?
Yes.
Thank you.
So currently I have make it for a posted document. So it will also print the posted document when you are going to post. Okay. This is like a package label. If you want, we have two types of package label. One is a PDF. PDF has some more information, and another one, the label. Label is like 4x6, or if you have an other, then also we have of label. So you can make it anyone if you want to print the content label. what are the items you want to add in the box, you can make it.
Okay.
This is your like communication, so packing station address details, and here the account which we have set up for UPS, we have to set up it. Currently we have one account, this one, so we have set up it.
Perfect.
That's it. And for USPS also the same, the account number which we had. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. This is the like we shipping user setup where we can control what are the application we are going to provide. As I mentioned, we have the two, like one is dashboard and one is shipping. So both can be either assigned to the user or a single can be also assigned. Like if you don't want to show your all the analysis to your users, you can make it for only shipping application allowed. And if you want to both, you can make it for both.
Okay.
So dashboard will be also. And currently we have created for PackShip user, we shared you. This is the password. And what are the shipping rules? So when we have the standard application, we have a both. So the same application user can able to pack and ship. Right. This is the printer. So
Yep.
here you can, yes, you can assign the printer. The labels should go which printer and the PDF document like shipment. So you can assign it. Okay.
Yeah,
These are the printer which you,
whenever if
yeah,
you have any modifications on the printers, like if you have attached new printer, you can just
Yep.
change that particular printer name under this window.
Okay.
Like we have specified the label printer names and the laser printer for PDF files as well.
Okay.
this is the setup mandatory fields I told you in the sales header. So in the sales order, you can, before going to release, if you want, if you enable, these are the fields can be checked before releasing, whether the data is there or not. If you want to add any other fields, you can add other fields as well. Okay.
I think, do we want, what is the third party ship account number? That's us. Is
No,
that our?
this is like when your customer or the some recipient will pay the shipping charges, not by
Okay.
you. Then we need to send a payment type as a third party, and we have to fill this third party
Okay.
shipping account number field.
Only if we've selected that.
Right.
Cool. Thank you.
This is customer shipping account. So you are not going to any third party. So that's it. So these are the required setup which we need to do.
Okay.
Okay. So, and yeah, sure.
Yeah, like Dinesh, can you check if we have any particular order which is released and we have the required data?
Yes, we can check. So, Ms. Lilia, can you confirm which order do you want to process it? Because it's a production database. So if you let me the order,
So
we can process.
any of these can be processed. We could start on the one, yeah, the top one. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a
So let's,
real customer order from Shopify, and it's ready to pack and ship right now.
okay. So here you are going to create the charges. Okay, let me check first. Can I open it because I have to update the carrier?
Yes.
Thank you. So let's first check this, the line, the item which you have. Quant to ship is one, that's fine. Are you using to bin?
We are using a bin. Yeah, it doesn't show it here, but it should come in set up.
Okay, so let me check. So I will add for my.
Yep. Not very fast. Yep. That's
So I just want to see whether the item is available or not. So let me confirm. Okay, you had that.
So is this something that we would have to select, or can we map it to autofill that?
Which are you talking about? Carrier or bin?
The agent code.
Yeah, it is required because when the order is going to be created, like a Shopify if you are using, so they can integrate what are the carrier they want to use. Initial they can create, or it can be also updated in shipping application based on the rate. Maybe
Okay,
when you are going to make the shop rate, so which one
that's
is the list you can use. Yeah.
we might do that one.
Email notification required, make it true if you want. So can I make it true?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, regarding
Yeah,
this
that's
agent and agent service code, like when you are creating automatically from the Shopify, so on the integration, when you create this order, you can auto populate with the default values. Say for the ground, if you are want to consider this fields are UPS and ground, you can make the default.
Okay.
Or else at the time of releasing the order in the Business Central, you need to choose agent code and the agent service code, because these two are the required fields initially to process in the VLC shipping.
Okay.
Later in the shipping application, we can modify this based on the rate shop, but initially we need to have the default values.
Okay.
That's fine. Sure. Prashad, can you please take over and show the shipping process from the shipping application?
Sure.
Thank you.
I have just shared my screen, so let me know if you are able to see.
Yes, we are.
Yes, thank you. So so this is the login page for the VLC Smart Shipping application. Here we need to log in with the credentials we have provided. Pack ship and pack ship. You can change the password, or you can add the number of users required in the Business Central under the setup shipping user setup.
Okay.
So with the default page, we have the main menu. Under this, we have a few options. So I'll show you one by one. We starts with the shipping list. So this is the list which we can see all the orders are released and we can process here if we have the shipping agent code.
Okay.
Okay. So for now I am taking this value, this order. So after selecting this order, we need to choose pack order. Or else we can directly come over from menu, pack order, and this is the same screen if we click on this pack order, and we can directly enter the order number here. Okay, so this is the order which pulled from Business Central in the real time. Like whatever the changes you made on the Business Central, it will reflect on the real time here.
Okay.
Okay, so like as I'm going to show you multiple options with the different features. For now, I'm disabling this notify on shipment feature. You can process because like whenever we close this package, it immediately sent an email notification to the customer.
Okay.
But-
we could get the item ready and do it if you want for real, or you can show us. It's fine. Either
yeah, actually, based on this order, I want to show you how we can process like in the different ways.
Okay.
So when the order is loaded, we can process this complete order as a single package. If it is a single package item, we can use the option quick pack.
Okay.
So with that, all the line items what we have on this order will be packed as a single package.
Yep.
And we can enter the required weight. For now, I am taking as 2 pounds. And if you want to check the rate shop, like if you want to send every time with the UPS ground, whatever the agent code and the agent service code populated from Business Central, if you want to process it, you can directly close this package. Or else, if you want to check the rate shop of this particular order every time, you can enter the weight and you can choose rate shop option using the option shipping rates.
Okay.
So with this, by default sales order agent code, it will get the rates. So in the rate shop, all the sales order value is populated. Like as you have the state with the full abbreviated name, I'm changing it to 2 letters code now.
Yeah.
And if the data is ready, we can use the option rates.
Did it make up dimensions for it?
Yes, we can enter the dimensions as well. We can enter the same dimensions from the like order packing what we have. It will populate here.
Okay.
I have a question, but I think this is a good time.
Hang on one second. Lindsay has a question.
Please.
So when we set up our USPS connection on the shipping app, we used our Indicia account. But our Indicia account also allows us to access UPS rates in addition to USPS rates. So how do we is there a way to access the UPS rates, not just directly through our UPS account, but through Indicia, which is connected to our USPS account? You can get back to us on that if you don't.
Yeah, like through Indicia, you cannot access the UPS rates, but you can access the two different rates here, like the shipping agent code, what we have here. You can clear this value so that in the setup, whatever the values we have, we can like check that. Now in the shipping setup, you have enabled the rates for UPS and Indicia, USPS. So both the rates will populate here now.
Okay, but it's just the UPS rate from our UPS account, not the rate that comes with Indicia? Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Indicia does sometimes give us better UPS rates than our own account. I was wondering if there's a way to access those through this application.
Yeah, you can check both the agent code rates here, and based on the like it automatically sorted out the least rates on the top, so you can check that particular agent code, and you can use the option update shipping agent.
So it looks like it's not giving us any USPS options though.
Right, like here we can see saying that account ID 9858892 is not valid.
Is that the Indicia one?
Yes. This is the account number which you have shared in your last email.
Let me just look again
Okay.
to make sure that that's correct. Nine, 8, 5, 8, 8. Huh. Well, that's weird. Yeah, maybe I typed it wrong. So I also have a question. So this is like a really tiny package. It's a really small item.
Mm-hmm.
And shipping this one in an envelope. Can you grab one of the 30 count? And so I'd love to look at this one as the example that it is. So it's definitely under a pound. Like the whole thing is 7.7 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
How do we enter that?
Like once we have the correct account details of this USPS Indicia,
Yep.
like we can get these details here and we can check that.
Okay.
Okay. So
Lindsay's just double checking. Yeah.
For now, I'm selecting this. So whenever
And
we
that-
get, sorry.
Sorry, one other question. So that doesn't look like our UPS rate.
Oh,
I don't think so. It looks higher than our UPS rate.
uh,
I see that that's in there, yeah.
this is your UPS account number, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe do we have to put the dimensions in so that it knows that it's smaller?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a 9x11 envelope.
Mm-hmm. 9x11 and
1.
okay. So let me get the rates again.
because this is one that if Indicia was working, I think it should be a USPS ground, which is like the cheapest USPS option with tracking, or like the parcel select ground, whatever that one.
That is the correct account number,
Huh,
the one
that,
they gave me.
that is the correct. I wonder if our account is like inactive because we haven't used it.
I've logged into it.
Okay,
I
do we have a credit card associated with it?
don't know.
Or a net 30 or something? That's really weird. So I guess we'll have to call Indicia and see why it would be invalid.
Please check like if you have any password expired for this particular account, and if it is, please change it in the like VLC assisted setup under USPS account. You can change the password, and with that you can get the details here.
Okay. Will do.
So for now I'm using this UPS ground.
Maybe will you change the weight to, I mean, it's less than 1,
Okay,
7.7 ounces. So. All right, now let's see if it goes down. Okay. Yeah, it's because it's not showing the USPS rates.
We can't do USPS rates.
Our account is invalid at the moment. Lindsay's looking into it.
Our DC account doesn't have any money in it, and put it without, that's what it.
Maybe. I mean, it's stamps.com typically makes us have a balance.
Right. Or should I try adding money to it and see if it works?
I guess, yeah.
I have to like refresh everything.
Yeah. Yeah, try adding.
Is 3588, that's the, is better verify identity. The phone number 358 and 358 is that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to answer it and verify it.
Who do I?
You're on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay, just go out there and do it.
Oh, yeah. You're just getting the verification code that's gonna give you.
yeah. Can I go ahead?
And do that one, sure.
So the agent and agent service code will be updated with the weight, length and width and height. So after creating the package, like if the agent code and service code is confirmed through RateShop, we can close the package.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to close this package. Later, I'll delete the shipment. Oh. For this state information, Lilia, like in the Business Central, like when you are releasing the order, like as you have entered already this zip code data, so you can again change the value. Like,
yeah, to GA. Okay.
Like if you select again, it will populate this value to this particular field. Okay. With that, like there is no need to change in shipping application, or else the shipping user has to change every time.
Okay.
So I have changed the ship to state information as well. Now I am closing it. Yeah. So
It printed.
Yeah. So with this, the label automatically will be printed to the corresponding label printer we have set up in the Business Central.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I
So,
think we should just
yeah. So
do that.
to continue this,
Okay.
if you want to modify or if you have any changes for this particular shipment, you can undo that. Okay.
Why didn't it put the tracking number in here? Or where's the
Tracking
track?
number we can see in the particular package. Like
Oh, okay.
each and every particular package have different tracking number, so it's populated on the packages.
Okay. And did that tracking number come back into Business Central?
Yes, when we post this particular order,
Okay.
on the post order, that will be written back to Business Central.
Okay. And we can do this one. We can actually ship this one with this. I feel like it's worth our time to just send yes ground.
And I did add money.
So you can do this one for oh.
No, like because we have not entered the correct weight here in the rate shop. We have entered 70 like 0.07, but here we have entered only the scale weight as 2. So
Oh, okay.
I have cancelled the shipment.
That label is now no good.
Right. Now that
Okay.
label is not going to be valid.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you the different process how to create the packages. Every time the close package is the same, the shipping rates is the same. But if you want to, if you have them multiple packages, like more than one, then we need to handle it in a different way. Initially, we need to select the package count here. If it is 2, we need to enter the package count as 2. And for every particular item, you need to specify of what quantity this item should be in the current package.
Okay.
Okay. Say for now, I'm taking this quantity as 1 of this particular item. As we have only a quantity to ship only 1, so I cannot show you more than package count 2, but I'm letting you know the procedure. So after entering the quantity to pack for the of this item for the current package and entered package count, you need to use the option create package. Okay, not quick pack, the pack out. Though with this quick pack, all the items will be packed in one package. With the create package, we are defining the individual items in particular different item packages.
Okay.
So I'm using create package. If I am not wrong, these are the values.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So after this, we need to close the package as we have defined the number of quantity of this item in the current package, and we have created the package, and we need to use the option close package.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm doing that now.
Okay. Got that label.
Okay, so now you can use the option post shipment.
Okay. Let's do it.
So with this, the shipment is posted.
Amazing.
Okay.
with his date and everything?
Yes. So let me go back to Business Central.
Okay.
So this is the
Track-
package tracking number.
We just pulled it in. Okay. But it's still an open sales order. Is it
Yeah,
going to post?
Yeah.
is it-
In the setup, we have not selected shipment invoice.
Okay, okay, gotcha. But we could.
Yeah.
Okay,
Initially, we
amazing.
want to show you all this process. So whenever it is like you're good with this process, you can in the setup you can choose shipment invoice, and it will be posted the invoice as well.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Yeah.
Also, you can see the
And it would update the dates. It would update the shipping date and the posting date to be whatever day it's actually shipping, not whatever day it came in, right?
The shipment date, no, like the shipment date will not be written back. Actually, it pulls from the Business Central to shipping application. So only the few fields were returning back to the Business Central. So from that, the agent code, agent service code, and the tracking number is returning back to Business Central.
But so sometimes, so we have orders that come in like, 8 p.m. yesterday that don't get shipped till the next day. And they automatically come in, and those shipment date and posting date need to be updated to be the actual day that it's shipping. Are you saying that's something that we'd need to do manually in Business Central? Or can it?
Yeah, for the order, we need to do that. For the packages, we will have the accurate shipment date we have processed.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that one. Okay.
Okay, so this is how we'll process order from shipping application. So this is the basic
Can we test
sorry.
to see if our Indicia account is working now? Can we test another one?
Yeah, I think we can check it from over here also.
Okay.
Like when it is loaded, it's checking whether it is invalid or not. It's still showing us wrong. So why don't you please change this password again from the setup if you have the chance. I think whatever the information we have on the last time, we have updated the same, but I'm not sure whether it is the same or not.
Okay, let's look at
This field.
it. So the passphrase. Okay, we'll look at that.
Okay. Account status is active as per the information. Maybe the password is wrong.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll play around with this.
Yeah. So
Was in USPS shipping account setup down at the bottom right there, that setup.
and do you ship international orders as well?
We do get Shopify orders every once in a while, yes.
Okay. Do you have any order now to show now?
Click, did you notice any when you were printing them? No, I don't think we have any right now. I think we'll have to deal with that when we get to it.
Yeah.
I don't think, I can look in that list, but I don't think so.
For the international shipments, like we need one more step. Like if it is a single package shipment, after creating the package, we need
Yep.
to use the option shipment commodity lines. Like even though if you have not selected this and created the package, and if you try to close the package, you will get the error saying that shipment commodity lines are required. So when you open this option and enter the required information for the international shipments, and you can close the package.
Okay.
Okay. And this is special package. Like if you have any shipments which are not related to the order, you can use this special package.
Okay. And then just create one on its own.
In the special package, the process is different from how we processed in the pack order screen, because in the pack order screen, all the information, all the shipment information will be pulled from Business Central. But in the special package, we need to specify the ship to information, the agent code, and if you want to include the items, you can add that as well. Or if you do not want to consider the inventory of any particular item, you can leave it blank as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I think we need to check this browser compatibility, because the design is not getting good over here.
Okay.
So end of the day today, you just provide this shipping computer to us, so that we will check this browser compatibility as well. Okay.
We'll do that. Leave the computer on tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because this field has to be here and this one is here. But jumbled. Okay. Anyhow, so once this package is created, we need to enter the ship to information along with the agent code, agent service code, and the package count. And we can process multiple packages as well here. We need to initially enter the package count here, and then we need to specify one by one sequence number for the multiple packages.
Okay.
Okay. And along with this, we need to specify the packing center. So the which user your on this special package is handling, we need to enter the packing center. And this both the payment type and account information will be populated based on the shipping agent code from the setup. And these are same like the dimensions along with the weight, and dimensions unit of measure and weight unit of measure.
Cool. That's pretty self-explanatory.
And do you process any written packages?
No.
No.
Not really. No, I don't think that's something that we're gonna.
Okay. So we have shipping rates individually, like say if any customer service want to check to any particular destination with a specified weight and want to know the rates, and the order is not related, you can directly come over here from the menu shipping rates, and you can enter the details here, the ship to information, and you can with the weight you can check the details.
Okay.
And verify address. And by chance, like anytime if you got any error, or if you have any want to clarification on the shipment address, you can enter the shipment address here, and you can validate with the specific carriers.
Okay.
And validate. Okay. And when you use this option from the pack order, you can update the same, the validated address from this particular screen to the pack order screen.
Awesome.
And these are all belongs to the LTL freight shipments.
Mm-hmm.
And as you are using UPS and USPS, you do not require to run end of the day reports?
We are required?
No, because VLC shipping application sending all these tracking information to the carriers in the real time.
Oh, okay. But
so-
if we did want to print a report that showed all the packages, we could, or no?
No, not required. Like if they want, you can create that here from. So I have created one now. So you can use the option UPS, and you need to specify the account number if you have multiple, and you need to specify the shipment cutoff date time. So till what time you want to get all the packages under this end of the day report. You can specify that time as well.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. And you need to use the option UPS, and you need to use the option select packages. So you will get all the packages what I have you processed for this particular day.
Okay.
Okay. And you can post this. Like all of our customers are not using this mostly for the UPS and USPS. Like when they scan the labels, they don't require the UPS end of the report when they use the API process, like
Okay.
sending the information in the real time.
Okay.
So these are all the history, something like posted packages, posted special packages, and posted sale shipments as well. Like
Okay.
after posting the order in the pack order screen, I think there should be a document printed out to the laser printer.
Yep, we got it.
Yeah. So if you want to reprint that, you can just select that particular order number here, and you can use the option print ship document if you want to reprint.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
And the label also you can reprint from the posted packages.
If we needed the label again.
Yes.
Okay.
You can, like the images are not showing out. I'll just check this browser compatibility. Anyhow, we need to click on this particular icon so that it will reprint automatically again.
Okay. Cool.
So this is something like when you have changed your password for this USPS account, you can navigate here and you can see whether it is validated or not. If still this message is showing, then it means that this is not valid.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get on that after we get off with you.
After doing this, if you want to see the rates for the previous package we closed, you can come here and you can use the option also. Like you can
Okay.
use the option rates again.
Okay.
Okay, like this option will be grayed out as we have opened separately. So these fields will not be updated to the sales order. So you can just check the previous rate shop also orders.
Okay.
Okay, and this is dashboards. Like here you can see orders to ship till this today, like all the previous orders and current today orders will be shown here
Okay.
with the hold agent code is 1 and remaining all the orders agent code is not specified, so it is coming out as blank with the count 13.
And we'll go through in Business Central, those sales orders and add an agent.
Okay.
Cool.
So these are all the analytics of like orders to ship, orders already shipped versus pending orders, and orders to ship by the carrier. Like if you do not want to see the data, if you want to see only the count with the agent code and data, you can see here.
Okay.
And yeah, like I can see in the shipping application also, like in the background, we have one video which is played on the login page that is not working now. So if you provide this machine at the end of the day, I'll check and I'll get back to you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll try and get USPS up and running in DCA and then try to play around with shipping some orders through this.
Yeah, sure.
And we'll reach out with all of our questions as we have them.
Sure.
So then in this one, does it show that it's been shipped, just not posted? No,
Yeah.
just not invoiced?
Because like
Yep.
I think it should be in the shipping setup. Binesh, it is under packing center.
Okay.
No, it's in the posting option in the
Posting,
packing
okay.
center.
Okay. As of now, it is only the option is configured as ship, so the order is not posting an invoice. When you have selected
Yeah.
this, it will do that as well.
Yeah, both. It can be done. And one thing also I want to conclude here for tracking packages as well.
Mhm.
So let me share my screen quickly.
Sure.
So, can you please confirm the screen is visible?
Yep. We're,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. So as you can see in the order, the tracking number is updated. And if you navigate with the shipment, you can, we have also. So sales shipment, you can see here the tracking number. See the tracking number as well. And if you want, you can track this as well. So when you click the track package, you will navigate to another screen and you can see. So similar, you can track that any point of view
Cool.
in the live.
Thank
So
you.
like level created shipment, you can get it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for
Thank
the
you.
multiple packages, it will be updated with the master package number under the posted sales shipment and the invoices.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So, Lilia, do you have any questions for us now?
No, I think we probably just need to start trying to use it and playing around with it once we get Indicia up. So not at the moment, but I'm sure I will be emailing you with questions
Sure.
and hopping back on later.
So what we do is we'll just send you out this recording meeting by
Yeah.
Monday,
Okay.
so
Perfect.
that you can review again, and meanwhile you can process out this Endicia account, and you can check out in the USPS shipping account or the shipping rates, and you can get back us if you have any more questions.
Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it.
So let us
All
know
right.
if you have any more questions, so that we can have one more meeting to assist you.
Thank you. All right. Have a lovely day.
Thank
Be
you.
in
You
touch.
too as well. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye everyone.